Spiritual warfare hits hard when you're on the verge of success. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you new here, my name is Sarita B, and on this channel, we talk about personal and spiritual growth, professional development, and much more. I'm going to be channeling a message for those who have been experiencing signs of spiritual warfare. For anyone who may not know what spiritual warfare is, it's defined as an invisible struggle between forces of good and evil that affects the human soul, mind, emotions, and decisions. In simple terms, it's fighting against inner and outer spiritual forces that try to pull you away from your true spiritual path, purpose, or connection to the divine, the universe, higher power, or your higher self, whatever you may believe. I know sometimes we may go through an experience without fully being able to put it into words, and in those difficult, crucial moments, not having knowledge of what to call that experience can feel somewhat alarming, disorienting, and almost like there is this missing puzzle piece. There is this disconnect from experiencing something so traumatic and not being able to place those thoughts and feelings into its rightful box. So now, without any more delay, let's dive right into this channeled message about spiritual warfare and how that may feel like, and what to really do to counteract those negative feelings that might surface in times of a breakthrough. You are on the verge of a major breakthrough. I will repeat. You are on the verge of a major breakthrough. You may be led to believe by some malevolent force that you are on the precipice, a turning point before everything leads to disaster. But I am here to tell you that this feeling is a lie. In fact, quite the opposite is transpiring right before your eyes. Look closely at the signs. It's not all downhill from here. Far from it, actually. Your long, sleepless nights are finally going to pay off because you are on the brink of wish fulfillment. If you are experiencing doubt, worry, anxiety, depression, bad thoughts, just know that these are all tools used by evil forces to keep you at the level you are currently at, or worse, to bring you further down into the abyss. Do not fall for it. You are almost there, almost to the finish line. You are so close to finally claiming the life you deserve. Everything you've wished for, hoped, and dreamed of is about to come true, but you have to keep moving and turn the corner. Success is right around the corner. These negative emotions were designed to test you, to see if you will fall for the trap of despair, desperation, and hopelessness. Those feelings have all been orchestrated by the darkness that never wishes for you to step into the light. Do not fall for it, because you are light personified. You have no idea how many lives you will change by just your energy alone. Okay? When you step into the world, people see you. I mean, they really see you. They sense your aura, your essence, your presence before you even step through the door. They are magnetized by you. They have no choice but to be drawn to you. Like a moth to a flame. You are extraordinary, brilliant. Keep going. But just like in any great story, light attracts darkness. Whatever good is drawn to you, so is the bad. Do not fear. Don't lose sight of your mission. You have been called to accomplish great things, and understand that your existence alone is a miracle. To put it into perspective, the odds of you even being born are about 1 in 400 trillion. So really sit and chew on that data alone and that statistic, because it is so mind-blowing. You are a cosmic, biological, and spiritual miracle walking around in human form. Know that goodness, light, peace, and slowness were created by Source, higher power, to remind you of the good that exists and lives through you. The universe is always conspiring with you, never against you. The universe wants to see you succeed. You need to understand that what is meant for you will never pass you by. These feelings of overwhelming fear, paranoia, dread, woe, they all have been created to keep you stuck, to keep you on that treadmill, never moving forward in a new direction and gaining traction, just keeping you on that hamster wheel, perpetuating that continuous cycle, a never ending cycle. These negative feelings of overwhelming fear, paranoia, dread, woe, anxiety, depression, you name it, all these negative feelings, they are a mechanism to keep you at a low vibration so that you may never follow through with fulfilling your purpose, so that you never experience the life you are truly meant to live. You are about to reach the pinnacle of your life. The career, the house, the marriage, the growing family, everything you have ever prayed for and worked hard to achieve will come true. Trust the timing of it all. Now, remember, this is a channeled message, so if this resonates with you, give this a thumbs up. If this doesn't, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Now back to it. This dense fog, okay? This dense fog, because sometimes it feels like it's this dense fog that is blocking your vision, blocking your sight to see where you are on the path, where you are on your path. So this dense fog will soon be lifted. All of these negative emotions that you're feeling, it always happens right before the fog is lifted. Okay? Where there's darkness, all things in the darkness come to light eventually. So don't give in to the darkness while you're sitting in it in perpetual fear. Don't give in to it. Do not freeze in that moment. You have to keep moving. Remember, it's not by sight, it's by faith. Sometimes we have to use our other senses to help us through when one of our senses is lacking. It's not meeting up to our expectations and helping us through. Now we have to tap into other sources within us, other abilities, other skills to help us get through and cross over that bridge so we don't remain stuck in place where we are, frozen in place. So the louder the negative thoughts are, the closer you are to your goals being achieved. That's the way it is. That's really just the way it is. I'll repeat that. The louder the bad thoughts are, that nagging voice inside of your mind that's telling you you're not good enough, that you should quit now, quit while you're ahead, check out, run for the hills, never to be seen or heard from again. This is how you'll know success is around the bend, right around the river bend. Because think of your favorite celebrity or public figure, or someone that you admire in your life that you may know personally, that has shared their woes with you, shared their pitfalls and those low points in their lives, and also shared with you how they overcame the adversities that they were faced with, how they overcame those moments of uncertainty when things weren't clear, where when the water was muddied. Okay? Think about those moments, those conversations that you may have, those stories that someone has told you, whether firsthand or stories that you've heard about, read about, watched interviews about famous people. Think about it. At their lowest point, those individuals, when they've truly hit rock bottom and they thought all was lost, that was their dark night of the soul moment, when all the cards were stacked up against them and they lost everything. That is the moment that defines whether you're the hero or the heroine in your story, whether you're the one who's going to step up to the plate despite the odds against you, despite everyone turning their back on you, you losing all of your money, you losing all of your resources, you losing your job. Despite all of that, just know that success is right around the corner. There is nowhere to go but up. So don't give up. It is all a test. The heaviness of this spiritual warfare that weighs on your heart is testing your strength and ability. You are strong and you won't give in. So don't give in. Just like the last few miles of a marathon, if you think about this example. You have been preparing to run this marathon that you've trained for about a year now. And you have just a few more miles to go before you cross the finish line of this marathon. Know that in those few miles, and I've known people in my life, in my personal life, who have ran marathons, and they will talk about in those last few miles, they're just operating on sheer willpower at that point. But you don't stop moving. Because when you get to that stage, which is the final stage, and that is the final push into success, it's mind over matter from that moment on. So picture this. You are 22 miles in. You have about 4.2 miles to go of the complete 26.2 miles. You hit the infamous wall. There's this wall that runners talk about. It's where they really can't go on anymore. Like their body is breaking down on them. They've lost a couple of toenails. Their legs feel like jelly. Like it's horrible. It's horrible. I can only imagine. I've done a half marathon. I've never actually done a marathon, but I can imagine that this wall is like, get me out of this. Somebody get me in the back of an ambulance truck, because I can't go on. So you're at 22 miles, you've got 4 to go, you've hit the infamous wall, and you've got 4 miles. You hit the infamous wall about 4 miles ago. All right? 4 miles ago. We're talking mile 18. You were over it. And now you just want to quit, even though you only have 4 more miles to go. You mean to tell me you ran 22 miles, you got 4 more left, but at 4 more left, You're done. Your mind tells you you physically cannot. It is physically impossible to get us to the finish line. That's what your mind is telling you at this moment. You have 4 more miles to go, but you already completed 22. Okay? Your legs feel like jelly. You have the worst cramps of your life. You're chafing, you're nauseous, all while wondering how on earth you even got in this situation in the first place. It doesn't matter. You keep going. You keep moving forward, because that in itself is a test as well. Now you're 2 miles away from the finish line, okay? So your mind was playing tricks on you, saying that it is physically impossible for us to keep jogging at this pace and moving forward. We need to quit right now while we're 4 miles ahead. Well, you've ran 2 miles now, 2 miles into that. You've talked yourself into continuing, and now you have 2 more miles to go. You are at mile 24. You see that big sign. You see people passing out on the sidelines, throwing up in the grass. And then you also see other people who are cheering you on, to complete strangers cheering you on, saying, you've got 2 miles to go. Move it. Do not stop. Do not listen to yourself. Don't think, just do. You're limping. You don't know if your body will even make it to the finish line. You're wobbling. Mental strength is more powerful than physical strength at times. Your resilience and emotional control and focus will carry you, your body, to the finish line. And guess what? That's exactly what happens. Congratulations, you just crossed the finish line. You just completed your first marathon, 26.2 miles. I'm telling you, when you look back at everything you had to overcome, you will feel so proud of yourself for never giving up, never giving in to the temptation to run and hide, or in this scenario, to stop where you are, sit down on that road, and not put one foot in front of the other and cross the finish line. You will be so proud of yourself for showing up when all you wanted to do was quit. You are doing it. You should be so proud of yourself today. Congratulate yourself today. Your victory starts now, not later, now. Keep going. I promise you, you'll look back and realize it was all worth it, the good and the bad times. So if this message resonated with you, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this message so it can reach more listeners who may be going through a similar journey. Thank you for those who made it to the end of the video. Love and light to you all.